Hello my friend and warm welcome to CrossTraining. I'm Ria and today is going to be a mix between strength training, yoga and a little bit of cardio. If you happen to have an exercise ball, bring that along and weights as well. You can definitely do all this without any of that equipment. But I'm going to do the training that I like and then I hope you want to join me. So we're gonna warm up and I'm actually wearing my shoes. You can also, again, do this without shoes, but I like that, especially when I do a little bit of cardio and stuff to have that bouncing effect underneath my feet. So let's warm up, not the yoga way, but more the cardio way. Get the shoulders going and come up on your toes. 4, 3, huge movement in the shoulders, 2, and 1. Lift the heels towards the buttocks. Don't go super fast. Take your time. Arms up and back. Excellent. And lift those heels high. So we're just not doing like a little bit of something. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jumping jacks, or just put my hair up here. You can always do step touch variations. If you're not into jumping, just go here, okay? Maybe you become out of breath by now. Let the fingers meet on top of your head. Continue for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pausing here, feet wide apart, squatting. So toes slightly out. Sit down as you catch your breath. So it's important that the toes and knees are following the same direction here. And when you sit down, look at my hip. I'm not shooting my hip out like that. Pelvic forward, but also abs in and lower down. Just for 3. Again, not too quick. 2. One. And then you bring your hands behind your head, belly button slightly in, side bends. Not maybe a full range of motion here because we're warming up, so we're just trying to say hello to the spine in these directions. So let's do 4, micro bend your knees, 3, 2, and 1. More cardio here if you're into that, or create that extra jump. So you're rotating your spine as you again bring right elbow to left knee. Lift. Great for the shoulders as well as warming up the body. Muscle heat, joint heat, all of that great stuff. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Twisting, belly button in. And if you're not into twist, maybe just do hip circle standing still. But bring your arms up with shoulder height. Awesome. Trying to move in different planes here so we get through the whole body. 3, 2, and 1. Pausing. Now, if you have a yoga mat or something you can bring your hands on, grab that real quick. You might be jumping on an exercise mat. Find your downward facing dog. Hip up and back, micro bend the knee. Bring it into your plank. And back. You can always choose knee options when you go into your plank if you prefer. Let's continue with that. I'm not cueing the breath here because you might be out of breath like me. Let's do that belly button in, breathing into the chest. Lots of space in the chest to breathe. 2 more of these wave planks. Stay in your down dog. Shake your wrist if you feel like that. Bring the right leg up. You might open up the hip Do a few not shoulders, hip rotations. Slow it down if you're moving super quick. And then bring the right foot to the top end of your mat or where your right hand was. Find that lunge. You can bring your arms up overhead. Bend your knees, bring your arms down. And this is gonna be hovering the back knee over the floor. Arms up. Still warming up. 4. Follow my pace. 3. And 2. And 1. Bring the arms down. Step the front foot back. Maybe you find a plank on your knees. Lower our elbows in by the ribs. Cobra or baby cobra, whatever you like, up dog. And then to your downward facing dog. Find your small micro bend in your elbows. Lift the left leg up. Again, bend it. Put it away from your right hand, that left knee. And do some sort of slow movement in the hip. Always welcome to adjust, of course. Is there anything that's painful, that doesn't feel right? Don't do it. Slowly bring the knee in, the left foot there to the front, high lunge. Lower down. 4, 6. Hands down to create shoulder strength and heat. Bring the arms behind you as you lower down, so you don't have your shoulders here, right? And 4, 3, push through the front heel. 2, and the last one. Excellent. Hands down on your mat or the surface that you're at, fall forward. Gonna incorporate, let's say 3 sun salutation A, just to use the last bit of warm up here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Slowly exhale, fall forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, find your plank and lower down again, toes and knees. Lift up into your cobra or up dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, jump and walk to the front. Inhale. Exhale, fall forward. Belly button in, rise, inhale. Fold forward again. Don't be too quick here. Half lift, inhale. If you want to jump back, exhale, lower down. Hover over the floor before you lift, inhale. Exhale, down dog. To the front, inhale. Folding forward, exhale. Rise, last time. Fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, that plank to low plank. Really squeezing the elbows in as you can. And down dog. Beautiful. Come to the front, fold forward, and do whatever you want to do. I am going to step off my mat because we're going to do a little bit of balance. And I do not like both my mat and my shoes for balancing because that's too hard for me. So you're going to go pretty wide, knees out, which means toes out. And then you can stay here, move from left to right, feel the inner thighs and thighs as well. Turn on. And then the balance aspect of it would be when I go to for your right side, keep knee and toe that direction. Lift the left leg up, have a moon variation, hovering. Doesn't have to be super perfect. Slowly lower down. I point my toes and feet out, other side. And you might go a little bit quicker, slower. Lift and move from left to right if you're not already. No crossing the leg as you lift it up if you can avoid it. And look down on the ground, don't look at the screen. Breathe a lot. You might even sigh out. That That's fine as well. Letting go of tension you might hold in your butt. I'm doing one more on each side. Getting into the glutes, the side here, as well as our balance, which means ankle, knee, core, basically everything in this one. Awesome. Move yourself. Now, gonna go back to the thighs. You can use the ball. This is super challenging for me, so I am very grateful that I have a wall right here. So you might find that if you don't have an exercise ball, it's just too difficult. I don't want you to fall. You might put your feet up on like a little bit of a stair height, not too high, and then try to do this lunge with me. So right foot up. The thing with putting my right foot, the toenails, tuck toe, whatever, on the ball is that it doesn't really support me because it's actually, I'm gonna struggle extra with balance. And then I'm gonna try to do my lunges here. Down and up. And I won't count you in because this might take a little bit of time to find it. So I'm gonna lower down, trying to keep my front knee, my left in this case, not going super much over my toes because I wanna go where my knee is the strongest. Sit down as low as I possibly can, and any adjustments of the back foot, just do that. Right, arms support, balance. Don't again look at the screen. Look down a couple of feet or half a meter in front of your front left foot, and let's do 5 more. Push through the heel, feel the back of the glutes, the thigh. 4. 3. I'm kind of rolling a ball a little bit back to create space. 2. Oh, I feel the burn. Last one. Awesome. Shake things out. You're always welcome to pause the video, take a sip of water. Don't pause too long though. Other leg. So again, trying to find that spot. Always adjusting, really focusing on not moving my hips out to the side. I'm going directly down and up. If you move your hip out to the side as you sit down, if you will, you will recruit other muscles as well, which is typically not bad, but we want to focus on hamstrings and thighs here and not glute minimus. Do that another exercise. Go as low as you can. Challenge yourself. Celebrate when postures are difficult, right? Whew. Let's count. 5. Slowly down and slowly up. 4. Don't pause on the top. 3. 2. And last one. Oh man. Let's continue using the ball now that we have it. If you don't have it, come down on the floor and just kind of copy paste what I do here as best you can on the floor. The ball will challenge our backs a little bit more, which is what I like. So you can kind of just hang over the ball. Just need a little bit of space to the side. I have my feet wide. Now I just inflated this ball a little bit, so it's pretty solid. I'm gonna see if I can balance. Lift up, bring arms out to the side, bring it back and down. Lift, and actually I think I'm gonna go with my ankle weight, so you can just go ahead and continue. I am just gonna challenge myself a little bit more. with these 1 kilo, 2 pound weights. So lift. If you can find the belly button here and bring a little bit in as you lift, go ahead and do that. And if you have weights, you might bend your elbows. If you don't have weights, you might extend them. But nonetheless, bring the elbows to almost together at the back. You shouldn't reach behind your back, but just lift up. 5. Oh, good for your back. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Alrighty. Throw that away. And then the thing is, you're going to put the feet on the ball or on the floor if you don't have a ball. So if you don't have a ball, you're just going to bring your knees in one at a time. If this is too hard, try it. See if it works or not. Finding a plank. I have the toenails on the ball. Then bring your knees in, hovering over the floor, and extend out. You're not lifting a hip, but you're squeezing the belly button pretty firmly towards the spine. 10. 9. Fingers reaching forward, gauging strength in your shoulders and your arms. Let's do 6. Bring that ball in. 5. 4. 3. All the way in. Also the last one. Oh man, I feel that. And I like to do this after some sort of movement for my core and my back. And now I'm gonna go for my heavier weights. So the idea is I have been working my shoulders, my core now. And now I can go back to my legs because I've kind of having a little bit of a pause. So I will go heavy with a bar, but you might just bring your hand weights in your hands and have them by your side. Whew. Let's see if I can do this. It's been a week since I worked out last time with this heavy thing. So maybe not as many reps as I sometimes would do. Lunges. If you can't do lunges for any reason, squats, like we did in the beginning, is your alternative. But lunges for me. Right foot to the front if you want to follow track. Whew. Let's do it. You might do more. I will move slow for 12. 11, pushing through the front heel. 10. 9. All the way down. 8. 4, trying to resist, or not 4, 7. Resist gravity on the way down. 6. 5. 4. Breathe. 3. 2. And 1. So I'm not looking at the screen as I'm doing that because of this heavy bar. I don't want to be too wobbly. But I'll turn this way for the other side. Shake it out. And you should be out of breath if you're using enough weight. It can be body weight or it can be some sort of head weight or whatever. Other side. 12. No bar on the neck. 11. 10. And this is also where I get a little bit of cardio. 9, 8, 7. Really want to engage the front leg there, the thigh and the glute. I think I have 5 left. 4, 3. Come on, work with me too. You can do it. And 1. You can continue using the bar. This is just too heavy for my wrists, so I'm gonna use my hand weights instead for 2 exercises. You can ankle weights, whatever works. Bicep curls going into the arms. Resting my legs. And if you're like shaking, sit down, that's fine. Bicep curl, I like the hammer variation like this. Up and down. Keeping my spine steady and still. And you can hear I'm out of breath because I am challenging myself here. And actually with this, I'm going heavier than I would in my in-person gym classes because I would have to speak and walk around as well. And I can't concentrate as well on my own training. So here I'm going a little bit more heavy than I do the other times I train in my week. Let's do 4. Resisting on the way down. 3. 2. And 1. I'm gonna bring the weights overhead. I have found that really works wonders for my shoulders. I can see that the weights disappear, but you know where they are. They won't stay there though. I'm gonna bend my elbows, bring my arms down, actually a little bit lower than my shoulder, and then lift up again. That is it. Standing strong, bending the knees a little bit so I'm not hyperextending my knees and doing odd things with my back. For me with this weight, hard. If you don't have weights, you can always do handstands up against a wall. Same thing, body weight. Let's do it. 4. Thinking about all the stabilizing muscles here in between my shoulder blades as well. 3. 2. 1. I can't do any more. So that's good that I could count that. Let's get back to those legs. So I'm gonna do a yoga chair and move into a high lunge. So yoga chair would be 2 fists or so in between your feet, maybe your knees as well, depending on the size of your legs. And then you sit down, right? That's your yoga squat. Rise up, lift the right leg, move it back to a high lunge, and actually in this case, lower down again. Lean a little bit forward to ease things when you lift up the right leg, bring it to the front, sit it down to your squat. This is the routine 1, so to say. Let's do that one more time. Lift, bring it in, sit low. You might sit really low. Right leg up, bring it back, take your time. Lower down, lunges, lean forward, lift the right leg up, and bring it to the front. Now I feel my thighs from what I've done before, but I'm gonna do this anyway. Variation number 2. You sit down, maybe with the heel of the right leg lifted, so you get more into your left thigh. Bring that up and hover back Don't touch the floor. Bring it to the front. Tap the toe, heel off. Cinch in here around the waist and the hip. Sit down. Lift up. Create a one-legged lunge. Lift up. Sit down. Don't be quicker than I am. I'm seeing you. Let's do 3. Shake it out if you're like completely wasted in that leg. 2. Last one. Keep pushing through the left. Your left. Oh, man. Because I'm too challenged to do the other side right now, not that my other leg is actually fatigued, I'm gonna go for a plank. And some tricep push-up. Go on your toes or your knees. Inhale, lower down. 10. 8, 9. Again, don't be too quick. 7. Or go too low maybe. So your shoulders drop. 5. 4. Straighten out that spine and those hips. 3. 2. And 1. Now I'm thinking, why did I do that? Why did I choose that as the easy exercise in between those? I cannot tell you why. I'm sorry. I need a water. Other side. I actually just yesterday came home from the States, so I am jet lagged. I think that's also why I feel more out of breath than I normally am. Anyway, you wouldn't know unless you have been following me a lot. Yoga squat with both feet down. Your left leg, move it back. I'm going to go this way and do a lunge. Knee down. Lean forward. Take the leg up, back, 3 of these. Taking your good time, moving forth and back, especially when you're not including much balance. Okay, let's do 5 of those with the heel off. Sitting down, your left heel off if you can. Balance, keep hovering the left toes as you go back and down. No, don't be too prideful and not reach down and reach for the floor if you're off balance. I have 3 left. How about you? If you're done now, you have been too quick. I keep focusing on squeezing your right thigh in, because otherwise mine would go to the side. I have my last left. Maybe I counted wrong. Anyway, I'll do the last one. Going back to the exercise ball. And this time, I'm gonna go for the core, the abs. So I'm gonna rotate things. So I'm gonna bring some weights, because I know I can. And I'm using all my weights today. If you just have what you have, you just use that. I have all I have, so I'm using all of that. And now I'm using 3 kilos. So I'm gonna bring them here by my shoulders. I'm gonna lean all the way back. Gonna get into the 6-pack. Chin towards the chest. Inhale and sit up. Exhale. And actually, I'm not coming up all the way. Bring it back. My whole spine is kind of wrapping around the ball. And then I'm sitting up. And resisting gravity as I come down. So if we're talking full range of motion, I would probably go 60% here. So in this case, because I'm having my weights and because I don't want to let go of tension in my core, I won't sit all the way up and I won't release tension as I lean back. Belly button in. Also as I lean back. Keep the chin tucked towards your chest to avoid extra neck tension. Rolling slowly up and down. I think I'm gonna count 4, 3, going a little bit faster, 2, and 1. Bring the weights down, back to actually the glutes. So I'm just gonna have to move that one. So I'm gonna bring my fingers down. Again, if you don't have the exercise ball, you just come down on your mat and try to do what I do here as best as you can. Belly button slightly in. And then you're gonna lift your legs up. You can point the toe and lower down. I have pretty wide distance in between my feet. And lifting up, slowly descending down. You can pause, bring those ankle weights on if you want. Gonna go for 7, 6, not moving my spine too much. 5, stretch legs, those legs. 3, 2, and 1. And then you can stay up with your legs and you just adjust on the ball. I like your head a little bit lower than your feet. And then scissor, pointing the toes. Keep the legs as high as you can, scissor. Woo. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling back. Just debating what to do now. I think I'm gonna go back to my hand weights and lift overhead and then do the bicep curls. So again, you might go for the heavier load. If you're up for it now, you're like, done, I'm good, you can pause now, and that will be your workout. So thank you, you did well. But if you're up for 10 minutes or so more, stay with me. Now that you're here, right? Do it, do it. Heavy weights. As you can see, I have uneven load on this weight, and it works okay because if it becomes too heavy, if I have it on both sides, and it actually works pretty okay. I have the heavy load though inside. It becomes too wobbly for me if I have it out away from my midline. Okay, standing tall, belly button in, pelvic floor in maybe, lower down. 8, 7, slow. 6. Try to keep my elbows a tad behind my shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bicep curls. And you can start, especially if you have a lighter weight, just do those curls. Sometimes I feel my thumb a little bit with those heavy weights. I'm just gonna try to support it with a glove. So we do what we can to avoid extra pain, or we damage our tissues as we grow stronger. That's what's happening. But we don't want to make it an inflammation, so that's why I'm being mindful about my thumb. All right, 6. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. Putting the weight down. I promised you a little bit of cardio. I am out of breath, but that's also cardio. But I haven't been jumping yet, so let's do a few jumping jacks. If you can't do that, just squat. But jump. And jump high, okay? Sit down, toes and knees out. Maybe not much, but just a little bit. Continue. All right, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the leg out and out. And then you can do this faster, like this. Right? When have you done this last time? Like never. Just a different way of moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you feel a bit silly. As you are out of breath, you can come onto your mat. Boy, this is so much harder than I expected. Maybe it is the jet lag thing. I don't know. It's the middle of my night if I'm following my jet lag. So maybe that's why. Whew, okay. Again, I'm bringing my weights, my light weights with me. And I'm gonna take a seat, knees bent, feet on the floor. Rising up as I take a seat, arms out, in, roll down. I might bring my weights overhead into a variation of a boat pose. And I am keeping my feet down because I'm working with weights. I don't want to be too out of balance. Let's do a few more. So this is almost like bench press, but it becomes a little bit more shoulder, top shoulder, than actually chest when I'm sitting up halfway. Last 3. Two. And 1. Removing one weight away. If your back is like this is enough, do bicycle crunches on your back. Supine, left elbow, right knee, and switch instead of this one. I bring my weight, sit tall, move your chest, your sternum forward, and then lean a little bit to the side. So I'm using the yoga tempo here. I might exhale through my mouth because otherwise I'll be out of breath, but not too fast. I'd rather go to the full range of motion that I can safely. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Bring that down. And then we can finish up with a yoga reversed plank or something like it. You can lift up here or do a regular plank if that's better. Make sure you don't drop your shoulders, or you can extend your legs out. Use the core lift up as well as the glutes. Stay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower down. You might extend your legs and find a nice, comfortable forward fold. I'm gonna take my shoes off now because these are in the way. If you have shoes on with a huge heel, you might not enjoy those last stretches. Calming everything down. You did great there. You did great. If you tell yourself that you did not, throw that thought out of your mind. Tell yourself, I did great. You did the best you could, I know, with whatever energy you had left today. Just a few stretches to end up nice and relaxed. Is that the right word? So you're gonna come down on your back, supine, rub it up, and we're gonna do this kind of cross shape. So you can bring your left leg on top of yourself, right hand can hold on to that leg there. The other foot, I'm gonna bend, I'm gonna grab a hold of my toes, but listen, I'm not hovering here, I'm lowering down the foot. If you can't reach, don't reach, just take this spinal twist instead. You got a hold of everything, trying to find that spot where you are at ease, allowing the body to do what it needs to without overdoing it. Let go of that mindfulness, that thought, that extra push in stretches is better. It's not. Try to relax instead. Take a deep breath. Let go of that. If it was a deep stretch, take time before you make it to the other side. Now that your mind most likely is wandering off, notice where it wanders off to. And then maybe you bring it back and find something in your body that you're grateful for. Find something in your body that you're grateful for. Release this stretch. I won't stretch for too long. I guess now we're just going to find a little bit of rest. But if you like to hug your knees after those spinal twists, you can do so. And then find another thing in your body that you're grateful for. It could be something that you think, I have a pretty pinky toe or whatever, right? Or just grateful that your heart is beating. And then find rest just for 1-2 minutes. Don't skip this. This is valuable. Restoring everything in your body. So bring your feet out, your hands down on the floor, and you're welcome to find a third or even a fourth thing in your body that you're grateful for. It can just be that fact that you might be pain-free. Maybe. If you are, that is something to celebrate and be grateful for. Oh, this is my nighttime. I have not fallen asleep. I hope you haven't either. Wiggle hands and feet. Maybe you take a big morning stretch or whatever. And take your time, no rush. But find a seat at some point. And let me see here. I hope you enjoyed this training with me. I'm just bringing, have you seen my elbow? Actually, I don't know exactly what I did, but it really turned out bad. I mean, it's sore, but it's not like I felt like my arm broke off, but boy, that's, you know, you bump your elbows into things. Anyway, everything is good. But thank you for practicing this with me, cross training. I hope you want to look at the other stuff I have here on a YouTube channel, the cross yoga videos, as well as other Pilates or whatever I'm doing. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. That will be most appreciated. Thank you.